Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to watch this Talon exterior Prehung unit build video. So first we want to start out with the different options of how you can begin your quote. So you have two options for the door side. One is the new quote or the quick config, and one for hardware. And this is to buy hardware online. Today we're going to be discussing the door side, so we will only be going into the top two. First one is new quote, and as you'll see, that new quote option is available here as well as here. You can press on either one, you're going to go to the same place. So we're going to select the new quote. Once you select new quote, it takes you to the quote details. This is where you can go in and change your quote name, give it a name. You can also give it a project name if you have a project name that you want to put in there. This is where you would also go when you get ready to place your order to add in your purchase order number. So you would place your purchase order number in here and save it. The other thing that you can do on this screen is edit your ship to. If you have additional ship tos, you can click on the down menu here and select the other ship to, and then just push save. And then that will populate that information to us when we get ready to enter the order. Once you've done that, you go to line items, and you're going to click on new line item, and then that'll bring you to the brands, which is exterior and interior, and then hardware. So we're going to be dealing with exterior for now, so I would click on the brand if I needed to go there. The other way you can start a quote, also if you click on the Talon logo up here, it'll take you right back to the landing page. So I'm going to show you with the quick config what happens. So when I click on that, it automatically brings me to the brands. You don't have to go through all the quote details and all that and go to the line item. So we're going to go to exterior, and we're going to do a fiberglass unit. And anytime you see more choices here, I recommend you click on that so you can see what the options are. So say you were doing a single and you really needed 20-minute and you didn't click more choices and you just selected that, you would never be able to get a 20-minute unit. You would have to click this one to get a 20-minute unit. So I'm going to select single door. Every time I select a unit, it's going to tell us the number wide that it is. So this is 1. Is this a single door? It's 1. But if it's a double door, it's still going to tell me it's 1. And the reason for that is it's basing it off the number of frames to build the unit, not the number of panels in the unit. So for instance, if I click on this one, it's going to tell me 3, because there's 3 separate frames to build this unit. So I'm going to go back to single. So the next thing that we need to do, anytime you complete a section, you're going to get a green check mark. If there's questions that need to be answered within a section, it's going to give you this red triangle with an exclamation point in it. And every line that needed a question answered, so say I answered the handing here, and I answered the width, but I didn't answer the height, then I went to the next step, I could go back here and it would show me which one I need to complete. So I'm going to do a 3068. The reason I'm selecting that is because it has the most available choices to us. And we'll go to the next one. Again, I'm going to select more choices. So once I do that, it expands all the glass options that are available for this door, as well as panel doors. I'm going to go ahead and select a half light. Also want you to notice on this side, as I selected the frame information, the sizing, it started populating that data. So I'm going to select, there's 2 options here for the glass style. There's glass insert, which is going to give you the most choices, and then full surround wrought iron, which only gives you 2 choices. So if I select that one, it's going to tell me I can only get it in a rustic door, and I can only get it with a Camilla or a Priscilla glass. So I'm going to go back up here and go back to glass insert. And then once I do that, all my selections for my door options, again I pick more choices, are available to me. So I'm going to select smooth. Again, more choices on the glass. So instead of just 2 available, now I have my IG clear and low E. I have my Plast Pro glass, and I also have 2 Builder Series options here. So I'm going to go ahead and select a Kensington, and keep watching this side of the screen because you're going to see it start populating. So once I pick the glass, it populates the glass into here. Then it brings me to my next question, which is, do I want a 1-panel bottom, 2-panel bottom, or what we call a cottage bottom, which is a 1 panel with a V-grooves in it. So I'm going to select a 1 panel. Then it gives you your glass options, your patina. If I click on this, it'll make it bigger so I can see what the patina looks like. And again, I'll go to the next section. So this one auto-populates your answers. So it always tells it double bore ABS, but if you need a single bore, you can select it. Or if you want a no bore, you can select that also. But it'll always automatically populate to a double bore. You can also add a male slot cutout if you want. So now we're going to go to Prehung options. Again, it's auto-populating a few things, which is a prime pine. Wall condition goes to 4 9/16, but if you click on the down arrow here, it'll give you all of our standard wall conditions as well as a custom. So say you had a situation where you needed a 5-inch, you would put 5 in there, press tab, and it'll pull the right frame material, and then there's a charge for non-standard wall condition. I'm going to go back to 4 9/16. Curve for bullnose, that would be for the interior only. So if you needed that, they were doing some special floating on the wall, then you would click that. Again, more choices on your sills. So you've got several options: fixed sills, adjustable sills, handicap sills, oak sill, or no sill. So we're going to leave this as a mill fixed. Again, there's more choices for your exterior mold. So you've got stucco mold, brick mold, any of those. They do come with moist stop. Weather stripping, door bottoms, you've got vinyl and aluminum. I picked the wrong color. I want the mill one. Hinges. Again, I'm gonna select more choices here so you can see the hinge colors options. So say they wanted a heavy duty hinge, 1279s. Your options are less. We don't stock as many in that 1279 as far as colors, but when you go back to the 1741s, we have extra colors. So I'm going to do satin nickel. Next thing on here, it's going to ask you to verify the rough opening width and height. So here's your rough opening width and height. The net frame size is 37.5 by 81 3/4. If it's correct, I'm going to push yes. If I needed a different height, because on fiberglass we can only cut in the height, we cannot cut in the width, I would select no, and then I would put the size in here that I needed. So if I put 78, then it would give me it would change my size, and it would give me the adders for that. But I'm going to go back to standard. Also on here is a label door, so you can label your product. So say you have a large job and you want the spreaders to know where the product's going, you can actually say where this is going, like garage to exterior. Press the tab sign. So what we will do is when we're in the order, we'll add the charge to label the product, and then this mark number will get put on your product for you. So I can do one of two things here now. If I had, say I was doing a couple houses and one was a right and one was a left, and I know they're exactly the same, or even have small changes, instead of just adding it to the quote here, I'm going to select this down arrow, and I'm going to save and copy that. So that first one is gone, and this created a line 200. So I can go back into here under the configuration and dimensions, change it to a left hand. And if I needed to change the wall condition on this one, say I needed a 5 1/4, I could change it to 5 1/4, knowing everything else is remaining the same, and then just add it to the quote. So now I'll have 2 line items on my quote for the exterior product. So that's what we're going to do on this one. We will be doing additional videos on interior. Hope this is helpful, and thank you for your time.